How y'all doing today? My name's Zain. Today's topic of discussion is going to be sometimes you just got to talk. Sometimes you just got to talk. But you got to be healthy though. When I'm thinking about this topic, I'm thinking about sometimes you just got some things on your chest that you just have to say. You need to confide in somebody, whether it's a relative, friend, family member, a person you're in a relationship with, is something you have to do. And it's nothing wrong with that. The reason why that I'm saying, just make sure that you're healthy about it though, is that when you're venting, and I've said this in other videos, when you got a complaint on the horizon, you just want to make sure that you have a solution available. Sometimes when you're talking, I know that I've done this with myself. Maybe I'm just having a discussion with myself internally with my head, and it's just like, man, I feel like I'm complaining. But through me talking, I'm like, yeah, I worked out a solution. It was good that I, got this thought process out. And that's why you have people up off in your life. I just wanted to make sure that I have this clear understanding of what I'm talking about, because I know that I've talked about other videos about making, you got people that's just doom and gloom, people that's just always got issues. And I've referred to this as well as when you're nurturing a relationship, whether it's family, friend, or relationship, you want to make sure that you're nurturing it in the right ways, healthy ways, first and foremost. And you want to make sure that when you're taking something out of the pot, that you're putting something back in. That's just being good natured and respecting the relationship. You don't want to just be consistently taking out and you're not putting back in, because it can leave people drained. So I just wanted to make sure that I'm, spelling this out in this video, that I do understand the right to need to talk to somebody. It's something that we all have to do. We all have to do. That's the reason why I said, even with me and talking with myself, not literally having a conversation with myself, but just the way that my thought patterns may work when I'm thinking things through. Or sometimes I'm thinking them through before I even present them to a person. Maybe in the end, I don't even need to talk with them. Maybe I can just tell them about the aftermath, or how I came to this resolve through thinking through some of these processes. But there's times that when you need to talk to somebody, you just need to talk. You just need to talk. You just need that interaction. So that's also one of the reasons why I talk on this channel, when I'm saying you got to make sure you know how to listen and actively listen and know when and when not to say something, because a lot of times a person may not be asking for your opinion. Maybe they're just using you as a sounding board to bounce some things off of. And if you can give something constructive or a silver lining or something healthy back on it, then that's all good, that you all could reach that, and I'm sure that person may appreciate that. But this video is just to acknowledge the need that you may need to talk to somebody on things. We're not in this alone. That's the reason why you have a support system. That's the reason why I talk about having a healthy support system, that when people are talking to you on things, they're being constructive, or you're trying to work through something. You don't want something that's unhealthy, where when you come out of talking about it, you feel worse off than when you went in. And keep in mind, that old saying, misery loves company, it really does prove true. Sometimes, and I know I said this in another video for certain, when I've talked about at the workplace, making sure you're keeping things in check, because we've all had this happen. I remember a family member telling me about this on one particular occasion as well, where they were really down in the dumps on something. They went to work, and they said something they shouldn't have said. And what I mean by that is they confided in this person. Now you got this relationship built on this because you were at a low moment in your life. And then when they came back in the next day and the day after, they're like, man, why did I say that? Why did I do that? I should have just kept that to myself, because now, they're checking up on, this situation. And I'm really not trying to do that. So you want to make sure that you know your boundaries and whom you're talking to. And like I said, just knowing overall what you're going to kind of get out of that, but just acknowledging the fact that everybody needs somebody to talk to. So, and you don't want to just be scared up on this pedestal from these things that we talk about, to where, well, I don't want to share because I don't want it to be used against me, and I don't want it to be, just scared to open up. That's the reason why I always give those those alternative outlooks on, if they did that once, or, had done that on this particular occasion, okay, now I know what I can and can't talk to you about. There's healthy ways of looking at everything. There's learning experiences that can be pulled from everything. It doesn't have to just be where I'm on lockdown. I don't want to hurt or trust up off on anybody. It's just like, no, if I'm talking to you and I trust it to you and confide in this, and because I've had some people where they kick you when you're down. You're like, okay, that's fine and good. No, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good, but it's like, all right, I know that I can't, discuss these certain things with you. I'll need to find a healthier way of going about, doing this. And some of the instances, I'm not saying that you should say this, because this is dependent upon how your relationship is. Relationships are fragile, and to each their own. Because there's so many nuances and intricacies in that, I couldn't possibly cover it in this video. But with that particular relationship, I did call the person out on it. I'm just like, do you not notice that when I bring certain things to you, you tend to make a mockery of them or are light about it? You have no type of tact and when you're dealing, but when the shoe's on the other foot, you want the same thing. But that was the type of relationship I had with that person. Like I said, not saying that you should do that. But that's my 2 cents on it. I just wanted to take time out to discuss that today, that we all need somebody to talk to. Whether it's, even if it's you, if you don't have people that's up off in your circle, even if you need to pay, professional services to have someone to talk to, sometimes you got to get that stuff off your chest. You got to work through some of those things. There's nothing wrong in that. There's nothing weak in doing that. That's the reason why, like I said, I'm being redundant here, but that's the reason why I see it. Even knowing how to work through those instances where people try to use those things up against you, or it goes down this negative path that you didn't want. Use that as a learning experience. You can look at that, and sometimes I've even, kicked off of it from the standpoint of, whatever I was presenting to you, it really wasn't that bad, and for you to take this turn with it is just like, you're worse off than I am. It's just like, now, like that saying, misery loves company. Like, I don't even feel that bad anymore because you had that to say of what I'm telling you. Really? Go on my way about it. So it's all about being healthy. Because like I said, being a healthy you, is nothing wrong with wanting to be a healthier you. Being a healthy you not only makes a healthier you for you, but it makes a healthier you for others up around you. So maybe some of the same mistakes that was given to you or have been repeated with you, you cannot repeat it with others. That's what I'm saying. It's all right to have to talk to people. Point of this video. Just make sure it's healthy. Make sure it's constructive. You got some sort of idea where you're wanting to go in that direction or whatever it is that you're trying to resolve. All right? In the meantime, stay encouraged. Avoid being discouraged. My name's Ayin. You have a good one.